The regular Eveleth City Council meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. January 6th, 2015 will now come to order. Roll call.
Councillor Hogue.
Here.
Councillor Koivunen.
Here.
Councillor Lillis.
Here.
Councillor Hadrava.
Here.
Mayor Vysalich.
Here. Item C, approval of minutes City Council meeting workshop December 2nd and minutes of City Council meeting December 2nd. If there's no questions on any of the minutes, can I have a motion that we approve these as written? So moved. Motion made by Koivunen. Do I have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, approval of agenda for tonight's meeting. And I think we have, under new business, we have an addition of item 12, which is 2015 squad car purchase. If no one has any objections or any changes to the agenda, have a motion that we approve it with that addition.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis. Support. Support by Hogue. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We have no appointments or presentations at this time. And if anyone from the audience would like to address the council for a brief period, we'll allow more time at the end of the meeting if you want to talk about anything that occurred during the session. If not, then we'll move on to the consent agenda. Item number 1, consent agenda. Approval of payroll December 1st through the 15th, 2014. Approval of claims December 2014. Approval of independent contract between the City of Eveleth and Anthony Jeffries for zoning administrator services. Memorandum of understanding between the City of Eveleth and United Steelworkers regarding deputy chief position. Number 5, agreement for collection of residential and commercial recyclable materials with St. Louis County. And item number 6, 2015 land leases in Ellis location. Anybody have any questions on any items on the consent agenda?
Yes, Mayor, I had one question regarding the agreement between the City of Eveleth and, or memorandum of understanding between the City of Eveleth and the steelworkers regarding the deputy chief position. Just the question I had was with regard to the salary schedule that's in that agreement. Now, is it my understanding that the officer that would be filling that position would be starting at the 4-year pay scale?
That is correct, Councillor Lillis. That pay scale has been set up probably well over a decade ago, but it's understanding the criteria for that position is a minimum of 5 years, so the starting position would be at step 4 of that scale.
Okay, thank you. That's all I had, Mayor.
Anyone else have any further questions on the consent agenda?
I just have one there on, a few years back we were working on the Alice location and upgrades. Have we made any movement to purchasing a land and or fixing some of the buildings that are still there? I know we managed to get a couple tore down. There's still a couple there. Where are we at with some of that?
Right now, we're still in the titling phase. We own it, but yet we don't, if that makes any sense to anybody on that. We took down the 2 biggest challenges, the buildings, and the other ones we just thought we'd leave until we got it settled, we can plat it, then sell it off.
There's still people out there that were wondering. That's why I asked those questions.
We were just, well, the only interest we had was Minnesota Power, and everybody knows was interested in that.
And that's why I'm glad that we've left these leases on here.
Yes,
Because it takes time for everything, and they can still use it until they can maybe purchase it, so.
There's no sense to change anything until.
Because it takes time, we still have to do a lot of testing, and stuff's gotta be done yet, and we could be up here in another 2 years talking about the same thing.
Whatever happened with the Minnesota Power thing? Because I was...
They're still on hold.
Oh, that's on hold. Because that was started when I was here last.
Might have.
Yeah, we were, that was discussion
It was
then.
on hold because of all the environmental work, and I've received the final report that includes the Arrowhead Laundry Building. Haven't even had the chance to read it, but after we look at the report, we sit down with Eric from Benchmark again, take a look at what a preliminary and or a final plat would look like, and determine where buildings and lot lines would go based on what we found through the environmental drilling, and then determine if there's going to be any remediation. I don't think that's the right word, but we'll call it remediation. And then we will go from there, and the mayor is correct that the city attorney, Mike Patchen, along with somebody else at the firm, is working on the title issues. And at the last meeting of December, I believe, Mike Patchen was here, and they're submitting an order to the court regarding torrensing some of the property. So it's moving along, albeit, I'm glad you remember we've talked about it before, because it's going to be, I think, a couple of years still to get everything organized.
And you know, just for the people at home, because I get a few questions, and the reason it's taking so long is because if you realize that there was nothing but gas stations along that, on Vale Road there, and then there was also oil company down there with holding tanks and stuff all the way to where OSI is. So there's been lots of contaminated stuff that's spilled throughout the years, and they're just making sure that it's all gonna be okay and nobody's gonna sue somebody, and they're trying to figure out who's gonna get the blame, and then after that, then we could proceed with taking it over and selling it or doing whatever we have to do with it.
But in the meantime, we do these land licenses every year, and there's like a 30-day notification if they need to vacate. But for the time being, you just keep doing that year to year so people can
Yeah.
still operate. And the ultimate goal would be to work with Travis Peterson. He's known that for many years, so he becomes a permanent fixture.
And I think Travis would like to, once he gets the
Absolutely.
go-ahead. I can see a new building going up down there, and I mean, I could see it looking really good,
But I
but
can see him not wanting to invest right now because we're not even sure where the lot line's gonna be, because that's all dependent on what was found during the drilling.
I think if everybody can bear with us, once we get this all sorted out, you're gonna see some nice stuff going on down there. You just gotta bear with us for a little longer, can't give you a for sure time.
So this includes American Linen Building and everything to the west then?
We now own the American
Yeah,
Linen
we
Building.
bought that.
Yes.
Okay.
The titling is so complex with those properties, with those old mining families from the
Yes.
turn of the century. And a lot of these heirs, they don't know where they are, they don't even live in the country.
Yeah, so it takes
And
time.
it's,
What's the plan for the Arrowhead Linen Building?
There's a few things in the plan for that.
Okay.
yeah, it's, I know that's been going on for years, trying to clear that up.
Yeah.
When Ogilvy Norton operated the mining company, they tried it and they said it's almost impossible to find these people. And they have more than one owner, and if you get one dissenter, that kind of throws the whole thing out of whack. That's why, yeah, Mike Patchen is going through the court now. It's been long enough, and I say these people don't even realize what they have here anymore. Are there any other questions concerning the consent agenda? Can I have a motion that we approve it as it stands?
So moved.
I'll support.
Motion made by Koivunen, support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We have no public hearings at this point and no unfinished business. And we'll move on to new business. Appointing acting mayor. Joe, you want to be my wingman for another year?
Yeah, last year wasn't that rough. I can handle it again. I'd be honored.
All right, I'd be glad to have you back on board here. Can I have a motion that we appoint Councillor Koivunen as acting mayor?
Support.
Motion made by Hoag, we have a support.
I'll support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 2, designate official newspaper. And it looks like we only have the one quote, Jackie, on that? The Hometown Focus again? And, like I say, if anybody has anything that they'd like to put in there, they do have a spot. Anything's going on in the community or whatever, they will print that, for us. Can I have a motion then that we designate the Hometown Focus as our official newspaper?
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen, do I have support?
I'll support it.
Support by Hadrava, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Designation of depositories for the city of Eveleth. Wells Fargo and the Miners National Bank. Anyone has any questions? If not, call for a motion that we designate Wells Fargo and the Miners Bank as our depositories.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis, do I have support? Support. Support by Koivunen, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 4, City Council and Liaison Appointments. I think we pretty well have that ironed out. Anybody backing out, or are they gonna stay with their choice?
I think it's perfect.
Steph, did you get all
Congratulations,
this?
Councilor Hogue.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Yeah, what that means.
You know, you were taking that pretty good,
I know, I knew that was coming.
getting dumped on. If no one has any questions or changes, we have a motion that we approve the council board and liaison appointment assignments.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Adrava, do I have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Koivunen. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carried. Item number 5, resolution appointing responsible authority and assigning duties. And this involves appointing our city clerk administrator in this resolution. If no one has any questions, I'll call for a motion that we assign the responsible authority.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Drava, do you have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 6, designate Benchmark Engineering as the city engineer for 2015. Call for a motion that we designate Benchmark for our city engineers.
So moved.
Motion made by Coivinon, do you have a support?
I'll support it.
Support by Drava. Any further discussion? Eric, I see the boss is here. We're backup for you. He's been good, Rod, I'll tell you. He's been real good. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Well, we got another sad one here. Accept the notice of retirement from Cindy Haltman at the library. She's been there a lot of years, and it seems like everybody's falling into that age group. We're gonna have a lot going in the next few years. You know, you lose all that experience and expertise. You hate to see that happen, but. And that's effective end of March.
Correct, and the library director is currently reviewing the job description and posting, and we'll have you call for the posting at the next meeting.
Oh, okay. Can I have a motion that we accept this letter of retirement from Cindy Haltman and send her a letter of thanks for her years of service for the city?
I will make that motion.
Motion made by Drava. Do I have a support?
I'll support it.
Support by Koivunen. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 8, considering approving change order number 4 for Eveleth City Auditorium renovation Phase 2. Is this the amount there, Mike? $7,650?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Is that for the heating system?
Yes, additional piping and valves required. The actual heat exchanger has 2 coils, so it needs completely parallel set of plumbing. And,
Oh, okay.
that wasn't in the original plan. It called for a single coil. We couldn't get much capacity.
We ready to turn the heat on here?
Should be soon. The architect sent the contractor an email yesterday, just trying to get them to commit to having heat on next week. That's what they had told us week after Christmas. I haven't seen a response yet. It looks like just down the road, we're probably gonna have one more change order you recall where the ornamental light fixtures were installed in the main auditorium?
Yeah.
I recall them, and there were grills that were located just above the light fixture that were part of the air handling system, and they were covered with chipboard. I think it was probably done by
I
a
remember
renter
that.
years ago.
Yeah.
And when those were removed, found out that they had actually stuffed fiberglass insulation in the ducts, wasn't visible at any point. And they had actually cut holes in the ductwork to get in there to put in that fiberglass. So there's gonna be an extra cost associated with that. The contractor come there, pull out that fiberglass insulation and repair the duct. So that'll be coming in the future.
I've been following that a little bit on the auditorium, Mike, as far as the plumbing and the problems that we ran into. There's a possible chance, in my opinion, that they may get it in, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're a little bit late with that problem that had arose. So,
As you recall, the rollerbladers wanted to get in there this week.
Right.
I did call them a week, told them it was probably gonna be the 12th, keep them abreast of the status. They're anxious.
and we're anxious to get the heat on too, so.
So what, I'm always excited about this project. What's been done, just so people know? I mean, I don't even, I've kind of been out of the loop for a while. Just a brief overhand, and then what our next few steps are.
Sure, electrical upgrades in the building, lighting, there was no lighting in the main auditorium. Some of the lighting was kind of here and there in the main entryway, that's all been upgraded. The painting has been completed in the lobby area and in the main auditorium. And the heating, ventilation, air conditioning system is going in, as well as 2 new boilers heating. Primarily the first floor, what this will heat. It's heat rising up to the upper level. And it's designed with the thought that heat can be, or other boilers can be added in the future to heat the base. So probably the next step, I know it's been council's been talking about for some time in the rest. Moving along, it really looks good. Hopefully we get some heat in there. We can get people in there that are real excited about the project.
So it looks nice, you should go in there and see it. It's all
Yeah.
painted, the ceiling and the walls, it's really
It's-
starting to take shape.
I think it was last summer. We had a meeting down there, or
Spring, I checked.
springtime. Yeah, it was cold, that's right. Yeah, I'd like to get back in
I
there.
think you had some of the guys down there cleaning it out too.
Yes. Bunch of debris in the building. We've been kind of pecking away at that, but we get a chance. Clean up before our renters come in.
We didn't throw the backdrop away, did we?
Pardon?
We didn't throw the backdrop away, did we?
I don't believe so. We didn't have that on the list.
I know how we clean sometimes.
Okay, can I have a motion that we approve change order number 4?
So moved.
Motion made by Hoag, do I have a support?
I'll support it.
Support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Item number 9, pay request number 1 from G-Min Environmental Services in the amount of $30,730 for 2014 residential building demolition project. This is for more than one project, isn't it?
It's for the, I'm looking at the addresses here for you, the mayor. It is for 804 Jones Street and 412 Hayes.
Okay, I thought it was 2 of them.
So these are houses.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, we're acting like a fiscal agent from IRRB funds and the owner's portion they brought in. We're just passing the money through.
Which ones, I saw these addresses, but I can't picture, which ones are these?
The one on the corner down from
burnt
here.
down.
Yeah, the big
Jones?
one on the corner on Jones,
Oh, that's already gone.
yeah, that's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 412 Hayes, that's up there, right up from the main street.
Right behind Free Press.
Yeah,
There's,
Oh.
Yeah,
and then
antique
there's
shop.
that one.
Yeah.
it's right across the alley, second from the alley, going east.
Okay.
That's down. And then they've got that one, they've had to take all the siding off, because I guess it's asbestos, going right across from the nursing home on Grant.
Okay.
And I don't know if they'll complete it this year, probably in the spring. That was a real time-consuming project there. You kind of see it looks, you know, kind of ratty. The siding all peeled off it. But that's kind of the rules, I guess. If no one has any questions, can we approve this pay request number 1 to G-Men for these 2 projects?
So moved.
So made by Lillis, do you have support?
I'll support.
Support by Holt. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 10, consider approving fuel purchases for 2015 from Old Time Oil and Auto. And this is the usual rate we get, Mike?
Yes, I believe they've given us this credit for many years, 7 years.
If no one has any questions?
Big discount this year with $2 gas?
$1.99 or
$1.99.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember, what comes down is always gonna go up.
Didn't a few years ago it get down to like 160 or something, then it
That was
shot up?
many years ago.
No,
That
it must
was
have been.
before my time.
No, within the last 5 years, it dropped real low and shot back up.
Oh, it's gonna go up, but we must enjoy it while we can now, because I think we're gonna have a good savings for our plow trucks and stuff for a while, because I know what I've been saving with my plow truck. And it's really something. I went today, 7.2 gallons was $14. It used to be 29. That's a big difference.
Oh, I'll tell you what, yeah, when you go fill a tank up, it's almost half the price.
Right.
Enjoy it while we can.
Yep.
But the only trouble is when it gets that low, they'll probably tax some kind of a fuel tax.
They're already
on it.
talking about a 5-cent tax on it now because it's low, so they need more money.
Well, that's okay until it gets to a certain point, then it should drop off, you know. If no one has any questions, we'll approve the quote for fuel for 2015.
So moved.
I'll support it.
Motion made by Koivunen, support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 11, donation request from Arrowhead Dare. Isn't this something we do every year, Chief?
Yes, Mayor, it's the 11th annual being held up at the Rock.
Okay.
And this meets our criteria for our donations committee, so I will, motion that we make the donation.
Donation for $100. And do I have a support to that?
I'll support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And item number 12 that we added to the agenda. Purchase of a new squad car. Chief, you give us a little idea here what we're getting here?
Mayor and Council, we're budgeted approximately every 2 years for a new squad car. This year I'm requesting a 2015 Ford Police Utility Interceptor. We have a 2000 Ford Explorer that we purchased. That vehicle is working very, very well. We are staying with it. In fact, a lot of the law enforcement agencies, this is the #1 squad that every department is going to right now. So it would be a 2015 with the same options that we had back in 2013. And one of the quotes, it's only a few $100s more 2 years later. So it's still a pretty good deal in my opinion.
And you're recommending a quote from Lundgren Motors for $27,321.96?
That is correct.
And somebody had a question, are we keeping the Expedition or hand it down to Public Works, or?
Well, we have a 2001 Ford Expedition, which has been a good squad. It gets around. The new Ford SUVs that we have been doing the trick. They've been working very, very well in the winter. So I think it's time to retire that from our fleet. And I guess if Mike has shown interest in that, possibly be used for Public Works, I'm all for that.
I'd like to see the summer crew have it. That old van with that blue door is really kind of embarrassing. You see that around? I don't think that vehicle owes us any money. Does anyone have any questions or anything? We have a motion that we accept the quote from Lundgren Motors for the new police vehicle.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Hadrava, do I have a support?
I'll support.
Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Chief, looks like everybody's getting away from the cars, eh?
The new cars are a little bit smaller, and that's part of the biggest problem that they're having right now. Once they got away from the Crown Victorias and went to the new Ford sedan, there's just not a whole lot of room in them.
Yeah, I see quite a few, I see in Virginia too, they've got a few of these vehicles too.
Correct, and in fact, they just purchased another one as well. I think there's 3 now that they're having in the fleet.
Well, you gotta go with what works, I suppose. Well, that takes care of a new business and under council presentations and committee reports. Anyone have anything to add, any commissions or?
Well, we can ask Eric about our mapping of the trail.
Yes, I do have actually just yesterday, Jeremy gave me a map, so I was gonna hand that out to you after the meeting, for you to take a look at, Brad, and pass it along to Mike as well too. So, when we did flag the property line there, it is flagged out there. Our folks did possibly encounter some wetlands, but that would need to be verified in the spring, with the certified wetland delineator. So, we would kind of be on hold with that, but I think we have a map now that we could maybe go to the DNR with, potentially, and show them, here's what we're looking at, and, potentially, you know, if this would work for a potential OHV snowmobile ATV.
Well, I know the Boards and Trail Commission will be happy to hear that, to make the next, you know, it's another progressive step.
Right.
So, thank you very much.
Yep.
I was out the airport commission meeting, and actually Bonnie and I were, was it Monday night, Bonnie? Last Monday?
Last Monday.
Yes, the airport commission, Eveleth, Virginia Airport Commission is the proud owners of Sky Harbor. It was a donation from Peter Johnson and Jim Rude. And their intention was to make sure that there was always a seaplane base available. That's quite a substantial piece of property in the buildings. And they thought the best way is to give it to the airport authority, and which was a pretty nice addition. And Gary already does some work out there, takes care of some customers. There's a lot of potential there because I think once the base went away, you would never see one again on that lake. And the next closest bases, I think, were Duluth maybe and Ely. I think there's nothing in between.
Crane Lake.
Crane Lake.
Crane Lake, yeah. I know the Airport Commission, the councilors have talked about it, and they think it's a great addition to the airport, so.
It was really, you know, really thoughtful, these two gentlemen, thinking of the communities and everybody interested in aviation. Just to turn that over, just to keep it like it is. It's been there since, I think, the 20s. Somebody said 1928 or 27, when it first got to use. It was kind of an interesting meeting. The excitement level was pretty high about the potential and what they could do with that. Brian, now it's your first meeting here. You got any words of wisdom for the 4 of us here?
Well, I'm definitely honored to be back. Been waiting for this. I'm looking forward and I'm excited to start working here for the city of Eveleth and start working with you gentlemen and ladies, and just been waiting for this for 2 years, and thanks for the opportunity, and I want to thank the people of Eveleth too for giving me the chance.
Well, we appreciate you young people getting on here with all this energy, you know, that's...
Yeah, I didn't
That's
get
what we
enough,
like.
I didn't get enough whooping last time.
But you take it well.
I know, pulling my head for another 4 years.
Joe, do you have anything else to bring up?
Just welcome back to Brian and Bradley for another terms, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys. And the mayor, of course, and Brian.
Brian, you have anything to add?
Well, I'm always the third in line to echo these same sentiments.
We're trying to figure out Brian 1 and Brian 2.
Yeah.
How do we do this here?
Just don't call me late for supper.
Or is how's old Brian, young Brian? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. He's old, Brian. No, but welcome back and look forward to working with you. And congratulations to you, Councillor Hadrava, as well. And wish the public a happy and prosperous new year. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. I think we're gonna have a really, really good, productive council, so.
Well, you got your pet project going, the
Yeah.
auditorium again.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that didn't stall. That's actually really taken off in the last couple years. And I think the people of Eveleth are gonna have something that they're gonna be proud about. Because people are not, or communities on the range are not building buildings like that anymore. And it's a treasure and it's something to hold on to, and we can keep doing it with minimal finances to the people of Eveleth. You know, it's a win-win situation, and I want to thank everyone for, continuing with that, and people are going to see something nice in the near future.
There's been a lot of interest in it,
Yep.
real out. And
well,
your word, you signed up for another tour, so
I signed up for another tour, and the voters of Eveleth granted me the right to be here again, and my phone line is open to you, and my ear is open to you, and I serve you. So if there's a problem, you can give me a call, or catch me on the street, or bend my ear anytime. And I thank you for your vote and your support. And with that, welcome back, Mr. Hogue.
Thank you,
And
too.
I think it's only right
Wild time.
tonight you get to pick the wild
Yes.
tickets.
Oh, boy.
Here, you want to hand that over to him?
let's see here. Hold that, Brad. Okay,
Here we go. Go deep. All right. Our winner for the Show Your Support for Minnesota Hockey, this is drawings for Minnesota Wild tickets, 2 tickets for,
January 17th.
thank you, January 17th, Arizona Coyotes, obviously versus the Wild at home. And the winner is Cindy Reel at 902 Central Court.
well, congratulations on your tickets. Do you have anything else to add?
No, sir.
Well, I'm gonna enjoy the next couple of years with you gentlemen again. I know we got a lot of things in the works, a lot of projects, everything takes so long to get moving, and I appreciate everybody's effort. Now that we're all rested up after the holidays, we can dive back in. But other than it's gonna be a cold night, I don't have much else to say. Tim, you have anything to add?
I hate to even follow this up, everybody. Congratulations, Councillor Hogan Hadrava, everybody on the council. Over the last couple of weeks, I have gotten a few complaints that I would like to remind the public that I have been receiving in my officers. I know it's getting cold out and people haven't or don't want to really go outside, so they let their dogs run outside for a little bit, come back in. We have been getting a lot of dog waste complaints out on the sidewalks, out on the trail along Vale Pond. I can say I've been running around there and there's a lot of dog waste. Please try to be diligent and pick up your waste after your dog to avoid those complaints that we're getting. Other than that, Happy New Year.
Mike, you got anything more to?
2 items, Mr. Mayor. If you recall, about 3 months ago, you approved the purchase of a new rear load packer for our number 7 garbage truck. I just want to let you know that we did take delivery on that unit last week. The old one was white cab with a white packer. We still have the white cab, of course, but the new packer is black. We had it in service on Friday to pick up corrugated cardboard, and today we'll pick up glass beverage. And the other item is we're going to do our annual Christmas tree pickup next Monday. So we have a couple notices going in. So people are doing their Christmas tree, put it in the alley or the street by their house. We'll pick it up on Monday. Certainly, if they want to get rid of it sooner and they have the means to haul it, we do accept them at the city garage.
Eric, do you have anything to add tonight?
Just one thing, I just want to thank the mayor and council and staff for the opportunity to be reappointed as city engineer, you know, on behalf of Rod and all the employees at Benchmark. You know, we truly value the city of Eveleth as a client, pretty long relationship with you folks, so, and, you know, I always enjoy working with your staff and everything, so I just wanted to thank all you folks and look forward to working with you another year. So,
Well,
appreciate it.
I think you and your team know this old town pretty well. Jackie, do you have anything to add? Bonnie, you have any words of wisdom?
Nope, nothing to add. No worries.
Steph, you have anything? Anyone from the audience want to address the council at this time on anything that went on tonight? See, we got a few guests in the audience here. Future leaders of Eveleth here. If not, I'll adjourn the meeting.